Hello, friends. We are back. Okay, so we had the wild ride with that magazine collage that was all over the map, but it got where it's going. And I bought this magazine last weekend. It's American Art Collector. It's got a lot of like fine art in it, which is really cool. It's given me a lot of ideas of how I can use certain things in my collage. But the other morning, or maybe it was late at night, I saw this picture here, this painting. And I saw this and I immediately saw a collage. And then I looked at all the rest of these paintings and I was like, oh, I can see how you could collage this and this. But I want to work on this one today. So I'm going to show you what I have in mind based off of that piece of art. So what I am thinking of is from my last magazine collage. I was editing the video that was 2 hours long, and holy criminy was that. That was an evening. And then my computer got overheated and I thought I lost everything and I was just going to cry and give up on the whole world. But I didn't have to do that, so hooray. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a side view of a face, or maybe like a 3/4 view of a face. And I know that there is one in here. When I was editing my video, I was like, oh, here it is. I was like, hey, on the opposite page. So this is the page where I got the lady that I used in my other collage. So here is a perfect side view face. And so my thought is, so this lady has like a 3/4 view, but my thought was if I could find a perfect side view, here is one. And then if I go through, and I could go through my art magazines because I have a juxtapose. I've got I forget the name of it down there, but I was thinking I could go through this and I could find rectangles, like small rectangles, to go on top of her head. So that's what I want to do. So I want this page. I'm going to cut it out. I replaced the blade on this, so it should cut out very smooth and easy. Hopefully it did. Pretty smooth. Oh, here we go. All right, so I may even leave this hand on her. Like I may even cut around the hand. All right, so I definitely want that. And then what I want is, I want some interesting things to go on top of her, her head like that. Ooh, that's pretty too. Let's take all of this. So I'm looking for, so I like the color of these fabrics. I could make a little rectangle out of these. And I like this because I could put this on top of her as well. Actually, I like almost all of that jewelry. Those are so pretty. Look, they're rainbows. Nope, come in. There you go. Okay, so I've got that. And then, do I want to keep going through this? I think I got enough out of this magazine. It's 2 things. I don't want everything to come out of that magazine alone. Oh, look, I even have some Tisha Moore bits. Like, let me show you. Using these Tisha Moore bits, I'll show you what I'm thinking about. So this lady, I know she has a hat on and it's actually like a bow that's sticking up, but that wasn't what I saw. Like I said, it was late at night. My brain thought that that was something totally different. So I want bits coming off of her head. So like these are all, these would actually all work. There's a pair of slippers in my dryer, and my dryer's below me, and I keep hearing it, and I'm like, is somebody banging on the door? No. So this is what I'm thinking. I wonder if I could put something else on top of her so that she wouldn't have hair. Well, I think I'm going to cut her out first, and then we can start worrying about the details. So I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. You won't have to sit here and watch me fussy cut anything. Okay, so I got her face. I accidentally cut her forehead, but that's okay. I'll make sure to glue it down. But I also got this really interesting cutout of this lady's face because she has another face. So I'm gonna have to use this for something as well. Very interested in seeing how I could use that. Okay, so I've got her, and I know that I want this seashell on her head. So let me cut that out too. All right, so I got something like that. What if I did... I think that's too long. Oh yeah. Okay. I don't know where this is going. I just know that I saw that painting and I was like, no, I have to do this. So, let's see. Well, this is actually really nice. Let me get my big scissors. You know, Belinda, I said that you asked the difference between American magazines and European ones, and I was like, oh, the advertisements aren't as different as I had hoped. They are different, but I think they just all look the same, that I didn't notice that they were actually different. So there are different designers that are only in the UK, it seems. Or maybe they're more popular in the UK, I don't know. I know nothing about fashion. My fashion is, can I wear this in the sagebrush without it getting a hole in it? If the answer is no, I can't buy it. So I kind of wonder if I shouldn't put them under her head. But I definitely want something on her head. I do kind of like them being under her head. She definitely needs another one. What about... Oh, yeah, that's not bad at all. Oh, y'all can't even see part of this. Y'all were yelling at me, weren't you? And I didn't even pay attention. I got everything zoomed in. And so I forget that y'all can't see. I forget that I have a different amount of space. Okay, so I'm actually totally digging on this, all of this. So let's do, okay, let's get, I'm gonna move this off to the side. I'm gonna open this to the background pages that I did originally and then never did anything with, because isn't that how it always works? And then I feel like she might belong over here. Green, reddish purple, green, reddish purple. Oh, I hit that little place where I accidentally cut her. Whoa. All right. I feel like some of these should be shorter. Some are gonna be longer. All right, sorry. I'm just very excited about it all. Oh yeah. Okay, but she actually needs to be moved. I don't really want her in the center of the page, but I don't mind. Oh, that's cool. All right, so this is where I'm at. I'm gonna go find some sort, I think I want some sort of background back here. I've got to figure out what I want back there. All right, I'm gonna go look through some magazines. I'll see if I can find something to go back here, or to go maybe even like over and then under the hand. Oh, I don't know. I just really like this whole thing. Okay, let me go look through my magazines. Be back. Okay, I'm back. I found this piece in a juxtapose. It was actually an ad for, I think, for an album, like a music album. I think. I'm not actually sure. I would have to look it up. But I really like all of this. So this may be the easiest collage I've actually ever done. I can't believe I did this with basically 2 pages from one magazine. Well, I guess 3 pages because I cut this out too. But here we are. So I'm gonna glue it all down. And is it gonna stay how it is? Who knows? I'm gonna glue this first onto her head because, knowing me, I might muck that up. And we can chat while I do this. So I have the funniest story to tell you. Well, I don't know. I mean, it was not funny while it was happening, that's for sure. So last night, well, early this morning at 3:45 a.m., my husband and I were blasted out of bed by all of the smoke detectors screaming at us that there was a fire. I don't know, if you all have this, but I live in a new house, newish. It's like 6 years old. And all the smoke detectors are attached. And when one goes off, they all go off. And so okay, that's actually going to glue onto that, which is okay. So all the smoke, if one goes off, all of your smoke detectors start going off. Well, this means that you've got to attend to all of them, not just one of them. So our house is a new construction, essentially. So it's got a smoke detector outside of every bedroom, and then a smoke detector inside of every bedroom. And I've got 4 bedrooms. So I have a lot of smoke detectors. So we're just like blasted out of bed. The smoke detector's going haywire. They're all screaming. They're like blaring the alarm, and then they're saying, fire, fire. Like, it's this very pleasant lady. Like, it's like, you know, she's like, next stop, 5th Avenue. And And I'm just like, what is happening right now? And my husband and I both are, you know, we're still like half asleep. So we run out into the main area of the house, and we're like trying to figure out, we just want it to stop. We don't know what to do. And I just look up at the ceiling and I say, but there's not a fire. And then my husband says, you should go check the other side of the house in your office because there might be a fire. You don't know this actually. And I was like, good idea. So I run out towards my office, and of course it's, you know, the dogs are freaking out because they're like, what's happening? What's going on? What are we supposed to be doing? And I get out there, and those alarms are going off. I've got all these dogs following me, and there's no fire. I mean, there is absolutely no fire. And, oh, this is great. So I grab the stool and I take it outside, and I like climb up there and I take down the smoke detectors on the, you know, in my office, and because there's a bedroom out there too. And then like, they're still just going off. And then I'm like, well, maybe, you know, maybe my barn's on fire. Like, I don't know, maybe they really thought things through, and my barn is also on fire, and that smoke detector is telling me that, you know, because that's really my biggest fear, is that if my barn caught on fire, I wouldn't know, because I'm not going to smell it because it's, you know, a ways away. So I run out there and I look, and my barn is not on fire, and I go in there, and my barn cat's like, oh, cool. Are we hanging out? She was very excited to see me, and I'm like, can't talk, trying to figure out what's going on. So then we start taking the fire alarms down, because obviously there's not a fire. And I get up on the stool, and I take one down, and then I almost fall off the stool. And my husband's running around taking them off in the main house, because I'm in my office area. And then I realize there's still one going off. I mean, it's just going and going and going. And I realize that one is in our bedroom, and our bedroom has vaulted ceilings, and it's on the ceiling. And so my husband has to get out one of our larger ladders and get up there. And luckily my husband is 6 foot tall. He's 6'3". I am only like 5'4". So he's a foot taller than I am. And thank gosh he's here, because I realize that if he weren't here, I might actually be lugging a very large ladder from the shop, barn, whatever you want to call it, into the house to get that smoke detector down. And then I thought, nah, I'd probably just shoot it. That's where I was at last night. I was like, how's he gonna get that thing down? Luckily he got it, but I don't know what I would have done if I were by myself. Anyway, total hilarity. And then we finally, you know, we get we pull all the smoke detectors off of the ceiling. We have, because not only do they have batteries, they are also plugged in, which is why when one goes off, they all go off. And we get all of that done. And I am, oh, this is great. And we get back in bed, and I just start laughing, and I'm like, that's so funny. All I could think was like, this lady just kept saying fire, fire. And I just kept telling her in my head, I'm like, but there's not a fire. And then I just said it out loud. I was like, but there's not a fire. Like, I need you to quit telling me there's a fire. No, you have to turn that off. It's a machine. It's not a real person. Oh my gosh. It was wild. My poor husband could not get back to sleep. I was able to get back to sleep for a little bit. He could not. It was wild. And then, like, you know, he and I both are like these, we like to plan, we like to prepare, we like to make sure that we're, you know, and so I walk around at 4 a.m. and put batteries by all the smoke detectors, because we still don't know why they went off randomly. I think that it was because the batteries were low, and I suspect that they were going a little crazy. We also have a new air purifier under the one in our bedroom. My husband's convinced it was the air purifier. I was like, what, the air was too clean? And because we just got that air purifier and just turned it on a few days ago. So he's convinced that the air was too clean and it confused the smoke detectors. And maybe he's right, I don't know. I did look it up, and it looks like batteries and then a change in, if temperatures change like drastically, which it kind of did. It got very cold last night, but I don't know. Anyway, so I did it again where I am putting this, I need to be doing this in sections and not all at once. Peel her up so that I can get her to go down somewhat smoothly. I really do think that maybe this is my my karma for my wacky magazine collage earlier this week, where it was just like all over the place. Maybe the universe is like, here, have an easy collage. We're gonna make it so easy. I think I took up a little bit of that's fine. I may actually doodle these a little bit. Do I have a bright teal? I do not have a teal Posca marker. Ooh, I do have a teal, this acrylic marker. Yeah. And then this has a lighter teal, which I do have a Posca marker that color. Yes. Okay. I think I'll do that. And then I think I might color something here. Maybe I'll give her some bracelets. All right, I'm gonna wait for this to dry, and then I'm going to doodle it, and then I'll come back again. Yeah. So I know that this is kind of boring, but the cool part of all of this is, you know, I took inspiration from a magazine that's now downstairs. You know, I saw a piece of artwork and it made me think of a collage. And so then I did the collage. And, you know, the more you do this stuff, the more your brain starts thinking in that way. I just realized that her little clamshell is tilted a little, but that's okay, actually. It would probably be boring if all of this were perfect and straight. You know, the more you do this stuff, the more your brain starts seeing things in a different light, because you're creating connections in your brain. And so if I do a collage, you know, once or twice a week, I'm going to start seeing more and more things that could be a collage, or that make me think of a collage, or give me an idea for a collage. And that's where this came from. And I really do like it. I think it's kind of neat. It's a little random and abstract, but I do really like it. So, cool. All right, I'll go figure out how to doodle her, and then I will be back. So, I did stickles where the diamonds were on this little clamshell. I did stickles on her earring. I did some stickles on this lady's nails. And then I decided to outline these with liquid pearls. I did not Posca these because I decided on the liquid pearls, but then I thought, I have these pan pastels. I bought them a while ago I've seen people use them in collage for, you know, kind of distressing and that sort of thing. And I thought I should try these on this collage. So I have this purple, and what I want to do is I just want to outline her where I would normally use like a stabilo, or, you know, something similar. What I want to do instead is use these pan pastels. So I thought I would take you along for the ride on doing this. I've got you zoomed in, so hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to stay off of her skin. I did use a Stabilo all here, along this bottom border piece that I found. I do need to turn her. So this lady I have a whole idea for. I hope she'll be my next one, but at this point in the game, I just do what these nice ladies tell me to, because they tell me if they want to be created or not. That's the lesson I learned with my last magazine collage, was if these ladies don't want to be made, they won't. Doesn't matter what I want. So I don't have a very good fine tip. Do I? No. Oh, you know what I do have though? I have this, so this is a paintbrush that I have cut all of the bristles off except for these so that it's kind of stiff. And I bet that would work. Let's see. Well, that's actually too rough. I need something very soft. And I know that people are like, don't blow your pastel. I'm not working in pastels enough to be too concerned with that. And I don't know. Somebody's gonna be, what do you mean? Well, I watched a few pan pastel videos, and a lot of people are saying don't blow the, oh man, how'd I get her nose purple? I can't unpurple it. Weird. My paper towel was not wet. Some people say don't blow the pan pastel dust because it's like toxic or something, but I don't think I'm doing it enough that it would be a big concern. Oh, how did I even do that? Oh, I wish I had a flesh toned marker. I have this, but I don't think it's the proper flesh tone. It's way yellow. Yeah, that's too yellow, isn't it? Oh wait, I have a, hang on. I have an India ink marker, a pet pen, which should, ooh, that makes it really dark. Never mind, just gonna quit while I'm ahead at this point. All right, so that's all I wanted to do. Oh, I'm really bummed about that. Well, that's okay. Yeah, so I think that this is it. I think I'm gonna leave her. Maybe I will, you know what? While I have you here, let's outline her on here. Yeah. There we go. All right. And I have this one. If anybody was ever interested in how I doodle, here we are. I'm also going to outline these fingers. Like so. This is why I don't video myself doodling, because I'm very quiet. All right. I think she might be done. There she is. Whoops. Can you see? Yes, the pan pastels are a ton of fun. I haven't used them as much as I want, namely because I forget that I have them. But now I have them in a place where they're sitting out, so I can't help but see them. So there we go. There's our Mohawk lady, which was inspired by a painting. So hopefully this lady wants to be made next, because I have a great idea for her. We have this cutout here. We got to use it. All right. See you later. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, join the Facebook group, or don't do any of it and just enjoy watching me make interesting art choices.